Britain bans foreign students from bringing families into UK.
Here's a summary of the article.
Prime Minister Rishi Sunak tweeted, "From today, the majority of foreign university students cannot bring family members to the UK." Cleverly said. This government is delivering on its commitment to the British public to cut migration. We have set out a tough plan to rapidly bring numbers down, control our borders and prevent people from manipulating our immigration system, which will come into force throughout this year. Today, a major part of that plan comes into effect, ending the unreasonable practice of overseas students bringing their family members to the UK. This will see migration falling rapidly by the tens of thousands and contribute to our overall strategy to prevent 300,000 people from coming to the UK. Immigration Minister Tom Pursglove said, "Our world-leading universities rightly attract some of the brightest students from around the world to the UK. But we have seen a surge in the number of dependents being brought by students, which is contributing to unsustainable levels of migration." Earlier in December, Cleverly set out a raft of new restrictions that he said would cut numbers by 300,000 a year, including hiking the salary threshold for Britons bringing foreign spouses to the UK to £38,700. The Home Office said the new package is a tough but fair approach, insisting the changes to student visas strike the right balance between attracting the brightest and best to Britain but removing the ability for institutions to undermine the UK's reputation by selling immigration, not education. Nick Hillman, director of the Higher Education Policy Institute think tank, said international students will go to competitor nations if they are discouraged from coming to the UK. As a country, we risk cutting off our nose to spite our face, he warned. International students benefit the UK in all sorts of ways. For example, they are vital to maintaining our world-class university sector as their fees cross-subsidize the teaching of home students and also help to fund UK research. I don't celebrate the new changes and I urge ministers to keep a close eye on competitor nations, who may now seek to recruit those people who would otherwise have come here and benefited the whole of our country.
This post received a score of 7,000, with an upvote ratio of 95%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
I guess I'll probably get flames for this. But it makes sense to allow students to bring their spouse and kids, but probably not to allow students to bring their parents or older relatives. That's just not what student visas are for. What's weird is the article doesn't clarify at all which is at play here.
Dependent visas only cover kids and spouses. Parents and other relatives, even siblings, don't count.
I think France is trying to do something similar right now. Which sucks for me as a prospective master's student with a partner that also wants to do a master's, because trying to get visa approval for 2 masters in the same city really fucking sucks.
Student visa are so exploited here in Australia. There's a student who been here for 10 years studying IT, somehow raising a family.
Issue is people doing recurring studies for items that qualify for the visa. They can only come alone, so I presume the families are here separately. They have brought new legislation in to fix it.
How was that legal in the first place? Isn't student visa supposed to be temporary?
An undergrad course is 3 to 4 years to graduate. Would you want to be apart from a spouse for that long?
And PhD can take longer than that as well.
PhD are unaffected by this change.
Good. PhD students are functionally university employees, so I don't see why they should have different privileges as work visas.
One's on studentships and stipends maybe, but plenty still self-fund. You don't often pay your employer to be employed.
This should be a thing for every country. Canada has a terrible backdoor loophole where students go to strip mall diploma mill colleges as a backdoor for PR. There's no reason someone from any country needs to study business finance or whatever in a strip mall next to a Taco Bell. There's also online learning, which has proven to be possible during the pandemic. So unless you're going to an accredited university or a real college, there's no reason for this shit.
It's not a bug. It's a planned feature. Canada wants these people to come and stay.
Canada needs to do this.
Canada is willfully ignorant. The goal of the government is to get the population to 100 million. The UK isn't actively trying to increase its population.
Greater than 100 million. That's over double the population. Where are they going to live? 10 to a room in Brampton.
Canada needs to look up on that too.
Canada has left the chat.
Loopholes are good ideas that are exploited by cheaters and bad intentions. UK fixed a loophole.
Which UK government created themselves? There was no loophole to begin with, just that they found out that they didn't have anything to show for tough on immigration. Elections are coming, every move by the current administration must be seen through that lens.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.